to become the 6th highest goal scorer in Wellington Phoenix's history. Besart Berisha earlier converted from the penalty spot to open the scoring. And we're back underway in the second 45 minutes from Wollongong. Who is it to take the points from this crucial encounter? And Wellington, probably the more desperate of these two sides, having played a couple more matches than Western United and needing the 3 points to close the gap, which is now at 10 points between themselves and Western Sydney Wanderers, who are on the edge of the top 6. And Wellington Phoenix coach Ufuk Talay has joined us. And Uffy, a tight first half. What's the key in the second 45 as we just see this play out? We'll head down to you, Uffy. What's the key?
Yeah, look, I think we created a better chance in the first half, and we scored at a good time to get ourselves back in the game. And I think the opportunities that we create, we need to score.
Loaded question. Answer this however you want. What did you make of both penalties?
Look, they're too far for me to call, mate. I'll tell you after the game once I've seen it.
Thanks, Uffy. Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
So, Ufuk Talay's side with a corner. And it's Clayton Lewis looking for the outswinger here. And rising with Payne. And Devlin going down on the edge of the box. Seemed like there was too much in it. Now Lewis got some bend. Wayne, it was in an awkward position, wasn't he? As he tried to head that one back across goal, and he almost made it happen.
Yeah, he sort of got horizontal. Almost looked like from the boot it was overhit. He just misjudged his run. Maybe the wind took it a different way, but he sort of overrun it. And then it was too difficult to get anything decent on it.
Davila. Still Davila allowed to run. Ball, that wouldn't have tickled. And it was Hamill body on the line. Another corner on the way for Wellington.
Yeah, it's good pressure right from the kickoff. Davila bursting into the penalty box there, and you can see Western United players not wanting to touch him. It's a good block on David Ball, wasn't it? And then tried to make something more of it. And they end up with another corner.
So the win, 27 k's now, so dropped by about 10 k's now from the start of the first half from the southwest. Bent in, this time Payne, letting it run on to Devlin. Not quite by design, but it got there in the end. Davila saw Scott off his line, and Ryan Scott had to be quick.
Collided with the post as well. That's how worried he was. The cross was overhit from Davila, looking to hit this back post. And Scott concerned that it might drop in to that top corner.
Won't get a shot at back-to-back clean sheets tonight. That chance gone with that penalty converted by Davila. And that stat will remain. Western United have not kept clean sheets in consecutive matches in A-League history. It's Duzel. And almost left that short, did Imai.
Yeah, he had to rush in to clear that one, Hamill, because Sotirio nearly got a toe to it.
The spice is just lifted in this match in the last 10 minutes before half-time. Bit of feeling before the break and carrying on in this second half. Gorachena. He was involved in a little bit of a scuffle with Devlin. Duzel. And Durante. Woodcock. Now Duzel, too much on the ball because Tarius, he was in behind Laws there.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but overhit. Tarius, as you said, got himself between Laws and Sutton, the left back. It was quite high, so a better pass, and he was away.
Difficulty was the wind right behind him, so just making it a little bit more challenging to judge the weight on the pass. Woodcock now playing in Scott. Fenton diving for the header. Only as far as Duzel. And now Imai, who's playing a little bit higher up the pitch due to that injury to Lockie Wales in the first half. Brendan Hamill slotting into that back three, so Imai pushing to the right where Lockie Wales was. A little flick up from Gorachena. Wellington dealing with the situation though. Duzel. Hamill fired that pass on to Parias. Woodcock sliding it to Payne. Opens up for Duzel, and it's going to run on all the way. Imai's strike hitting the side netting.
Yeah, didn't get it. He mishit it. Didn't get a hold of it. Ball from Duzel was the same again. It was with a bit of tail on it. Misses the first one. That was who it was intended for. That's a decent chance. That one he has to go low and hard across the keeper there. And completely mishit it.
So as Ollie Sale gets ready to launch this one, let's head down sideline with Mark Bosnich and Archie Thompson. Is it any warmer down there after those run-throughs at halftime, Archie?
Well, it's a little bit warmer here. We're right in a wind tunnel, as Archie put it exactly right. But let's just get to the game. It's been a fantastic start from both sides, in my opinion. Really good pace to the game. Wellington started immediately really good, but a really good comeback, and that was a great opportunity for Tomoki Imai. And just speaking to Archie about it, you know, in that type of position, you've got to hit the target.
Devlin floating it wide. Fenton. Ball. And good toe in from Hamill. Davila! It's in for Wellington! And it's their Mexican who scores once again.
Well, there's a deflection in there, there's no doubt about it. Davila, his first touch wasn't the best, but didn't he handle it well? Popped up and he strikes it on the volley ball, again causing damage, driving through. That touch there pops up, and that's off Sotirio, isn't it?
Has it touched him on the way through, Josh Sotirio?
Definitely. He hits this on the volley. There's Sotirio, and he gets a toe poke. It's his goal. Was he in an offside position?
So we will have a look at that. Sotirio looks pretty happy. Davila will get the assist. So a second of the season for Josh Sotirio.
No delay there, so it must have been pretty obvious. And that goal's made by Ball's penetrating run into the penalty box. So positive. Got the tackle, but just leaving Davila that little bit of space, and didn't he deal with the volley really well. The touch from Sotirio was decisive, because I think Scott had Davila's volley covered.
So behind 1-0, they lead 2-1 now, Wellington. The turn. Parias. Silky skills. Gorachena. Payne. Should be a corner, is it?
Yeah,
no,
it's
just a goal kick.
No, come off Fenton.
Clearly, so it is a corner in the end.
You see Connor Payne. He was going for that top right-hand corner. He wasn't going to go in there if it didn't hit Fenton. It was fairly low, but you could see the idea was there.
Floated. Durante attempting the flick on. Another corner.
And just goes to show as well, guys, that old adage, first 10 minutes and last 10 minutes of each half, how important it is. Western United were cruising, concede a penalty right before half-time, and then Wellington score one right after half-time. Massive test now for Western United.
Floated up to Parias. And off the crossbar, Guarachena, has he got it across the line? Yes, he has, the Spaniard. With his second A-League goal, and Western United second on the night, and they're all square once again.
Oh, the set piece, and Parias with the first header, and it dropped, and there's a bunch of bodies in there. There's Parias with that header there, dropped off the crossbar, and that one is in the goal, so it's the defender that's already over the line. And here we'll see it clearly. Yeah. Definitely over the line, that.
So we're just pausing for the moment as the VAR has a look. David Ball, what an effort from him, scrambling into the goal mouth. They need a football. That's arrived.
Oh, what a start. Blistering start to the second half.
So what an entertaining night. It's a windy one in Wollongong, and it's 2-2. The goals flying in. Oh, and that's dangerous. Kurdam's just trying to stop it escalating further. Parisha into the book. And Devlin. No doubt the VAR will be having a look at this as well.
He comes in from behind Devlin. Oh.
And then landed on him when he was on the ground.
Didn't analyse the problem, so it's obviously reckless. That's accidental. And Cameron Devlin, well, he's tough. Richard not happy. I don't think that if you saw it again, have any arguments really. But Devlin's up already, this young player. One of the most sought after defensive midfielders in the country.
Apparently our effects picked up him saying to Sam Sutton, "Who are you?" Barisha to Sam Sutton, who's a 19-year-old left fullback for Wellington Phoenix. I think he responded, "I'm Sam Sutton." Fenton. Davila. Here is Sutton. Duzel.
He's overhit that. He's hit some terrific balls, Duzel, from the middle of the park, but overhit that one. Wellington looked to bounce back.
Did you ever use that line, Archie? Who are you, to a opposition player?
Well, I'm still doing it now, actually, and it doesn't get me anywhere. But yeah, I remember obviously some young player coming in, hasn't played much A-League, starts lipping off. It's easy to go to that, I guess, line. But again, a very entertaining start to the second half. We talked about the importance of the win for both teams, especially for Wellington, and even with Ika Guadacheda's finish there. I mean, most strikers in those situations would have probably maybe have headed it first time, but he still had that composure to be able to trap it and then head it over the line. So look, it's only going to get better.
Yeah, thanks, Archie. You say to Bozza every time you see him for the first time, "Who are you," don't you?
I do, but everyone knows Boz.
Be careful, Ben.
I'm locking the door to the commentary box, Bozza. Oh.
Very good, I'll give you that. Just a quick one as well. Steve Lustica is about to come on. He's just going over set plays with the coaching staff, and he's about to be put on. I think he's going to come on for Sanchez.
Here's Steve Lustica, hoping to get his side over the line. He's also turning 30 during the week tomorrow. A few birthdays coming up this week. So is this man, Davila. Duzel, Arias. Legs just went out from under him. Sale. Cut out by Hamill. Gorachena. The overlapping run of Payne. Well utilised. Connor Payne. And Sale flapping at it. Sotirio away to safety for Wellington.
Yeah, good build-up, wasn't it? Moved that ball quickly. Gorachena with that hesitation. A perfect ball for Payne. Ran onto it. Didn't need to take a touch. And Sale didn't really judge it that well. They got away with it.
Sanchez. Laws, maybe just a bit of miscommunication between him and Ollie Sale. Haven't played together in those particular positions too often this year. Laws in as a centre back as Wayne's ball across. And now Gorachena and Wayne have come off worse for wear. Ball slipping it wide, and a corner on the way for the Knicks.
Well, Guarachena's up, but Wayne's not. It was a heavy challenge. Wayne trying to use his body to protect the ball. Referee quite rightly played it on. They didn't make the most of it. Sutton was in behind there and produced the right kind of delivery. The body's in the box.
Lewis floating it in, bouncing up. Go to the chin of Gorachena. And Durante away. Devlin. Now Lewis. Time from Sotirio. He's not going to win the throw though. So here's the change on the way for Western United. Steve Lustica is going to come on for Victor Sanchez. Not surprising there, his first match back from a hamstring strain, the Spaniard Sanchez, so just easing him back in, Mark Rudan. And Lustica, as I mentioned, turning 30 tomorrow. Out there onto the park now. Started 11 of the 12 matches he's played this season, so just his second appearance off the bench. Gorachena. Important sliding win of the ball there from Devlin.
And there'll be another reason for that substitution as well. If you have a look at the average position so far in this second half, you'll find that David Ball and Ulysses Davila are becoming more and more in towards the centre. So Stephen Lustica will give Western United a little bit of more added numbers and zeal in that centre of the park.
Payne and then Barisha. Duzel went via the knee of Fenton as he tried to find Payne, did Gorachena. Lustica, Barisha, slipping it wide to Imai, and the strike is just pushed wide by the substitute.
That's his first touch, isn't it? And back to him on his left foot. Couldn't keep it down. It just looked for a moment that Barisha was going to maybe get a chance on goal himself, and they just smothered him in the end.
Dropped on Duzel. Pulls for handball by the Wellington players. Payne. Well cut out by Clayton Lewis. Davila. Lewis around the corner. And Uzcock has been so strong the left side of that back three. Gorachena, now Payne, just opens up nicely here for Western United. Berisha, strong work from David Ball. Imai. And a free kick going away of Wellington.
I'll tell you, Dazell's been excellent in the middle of midfield for Western United. So composed on the ball, good passing range. The player, the more he plays, the better he's getting. Pass to Payne.
Stephen Taylor just getting warmed up on the just to the right of the Wellington bench. Played round 13 and 14, but just working his way to fitness after he came off early in that loss to MacArthur a couple of weeks ago. He's playing in the Indian Super League. Stephen Taylor for Odisha. Parias. Duzel. Uzcock just seeing some space. He says, why not Uzcock? And Sale had to get a strong hand to it to push it away from goal.
Yeah, brilliant strike. A lot of venom behind that from Uzcock. He advances, he knows Payne on his left, but he just keeps going as they don't close him down. And he really got a lot on that, and that's a really good save. Fizzing through the air. Strong palm and palms it away.
Western United just looking good at the moment. Well, until that corner. Gorachena. Imai. As they look to build up again here. Duzel. And now a chance for Davila to break. Has the speed of Ben Waine on his right. He runs away from him, should get a free kick and does, and Duzel goes into the book.
And Davila so experienced and clever. As soon as he picks that ball up, he knew he didn't have the momentum. So he's accelerated away and then make sure he cuts across Duzel, who's chasing him. And gets his body in between the ball and the defender coming back, or the midfielder, and any contact. It's only going to be a yellow card.
So they just had a good passage there, Western United. Now Wellington Phoenix with the set piece. In the top left corner of screen, just identifying that domination. Western United recently. Now it's Wellington's chance. Lewis's free kick, nodded away by Durante. Clayton Lewis's pass to no one in a red shirt. Frustration from the Wellington bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he saw there, Lewis. He's got his head up what picture he saw, but there's no player in the vicinity.
Once again, Wellington scoring enough goals. Sixth best attacking side in terms of goals scored, or sixth most goals scored this season. I know teams haven't played an even amount of matches, but that was positive coming in. But it's defensively. They've conceded the fourth most in the competition heading into this one. And 2 again tonight conceded, and it's really going to hurt them if they can't tighten up defensively. Duzel. Berisha attempting to turn. And now Ben Waine. That's neat work from the 19-year-old. Fenton. Davila and Devlin. Scooping it up to Louis Fenton. Can he track it down? He can't.
Good little hit back from Wellington, though. Right before this, about 5 minutes ago, a really good spell from Western United, which culminated in that fantastic save from Oliver Sale. But Wellington have come back at him. Top game.
We've still got 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, so strap yourselves in. Big 20 minutes on the way, especially in the context of the home side season. And they want to be playing for something. They want to be playing for a final spot when they get back home to play a couple of matches in New Zealand. And Davila, oh, this doesn't look good. He's feeling for a right ankle. Imai. Looking better now for Davila and Wellington. He's back up and running. Durante. David Ball powering into some space, finding Sutton. Lewis. Now Devlin returned to the starting side this evening. Alex Rufer back to the bench. Laws. Lewis. And Devlin feeds Davila. Scored their first goal tonight. Davila, and Western United able to mop up at the back. Wellington will return though via Lewis. Davila. Sotirio will get there. Now hooked in high from Sam Sutton. Uscock dealt with it. Ball. He was bending towards that top corner.
He's just hanging on the edge of the penalty here. The ball was high in the air, and once he had that touch, it was always going to be difficult.
So a big gap between Wanderers and Wellington Phoenix. It's 9 points at the moment. They will want to cut that, especially considering Wellington have played 16, Wanderers 17. You can see Western United have still got games in hand, so the pressure not quite as intense on them despite that 4-point gap. And Devlin. Davila. Another good chance for the Phoenix.
Yeah, it just hits it on the up. Right idea. Little surge from Devlin. Hits that one. Good second 3 touches and looking to bend it in the top corner, and just catches it on the up. And that was a big chance. And the ball's at his feet in that kind of area. He scored one, I think it was against Melbourne City. In exactly that position.
Head tennis for a moment. Payne picks it up, sends Piraeus on his way. Payne keeping pace though, the speedy Piraeus. Wellington have won the last 2 between these sides. 2-0 and 3-1, the last 2 results. 1 in New Zealand, 1 at Ballarat, after Western United won the first meeting between these 2. And Wellington pushed for 3 straight against Western United. Sotirio. Durante jockeying him, but he got the pass to Lewis. Drills it along the turf, searching for Wayne, and Western United again doing well enough defensively, but Wellington starting to ask some serious questions now. Sutton finds ball. Payne and now Devlin. Here's Fenton. Fenton is bending straight to Imai. Barisha brought it down.
It was a good ball from Fenton. No one, David Ball, can really attack that at the back post.
Davila rolling it wide. Fenton, deflection, comfortable for Scott in the end. And Ryan Scott now looking to release Parias. Josh Laws had to get on his bike and attempted clearance, smacked up into the jaw of Dylan Parias. And on a cold night, those don't hurt. I should say, don't tickle.
Yeah, but don't feel too bad for him. He's nice and warm out there. If you just come off the bench, might be a bit different.
Borachena. Duzel. Now Hamill to Parias. Under some pressure by Laws.
He's doing a lot of work, a lot of running, Parias. Doing a good job for his side.
Payne cutting in. Feeding Barisha. He's hungry for another goal tonight. But so too is this man. Ulysses Davila striding forward. In front of ball. Returns it to the Mexican Davila. And now Devlin. And Sotirio, we almost had a second goal off a deflection.
They didn't make the most of that, did they? Really good situation for Wellington. Barisha losing the ball 60 metres away.
Lustica, good turn. Parias now. Parias, why not have a strike? But Wellington will be more pleased with that.
You had to take quick, sharp little turn from him.
Plenty of action at both ends. Mark Bosnich, what's the key for these two over the last 13 minutes or so?
Well, first and foremost, let's take this is the shot from Parias going over. Let's take it from both sides from a defensive perspective. Concentration. That is so important. You saw two lapses in concentration, especially by Durante towards the end of the first half, and obviously by Payne, which gave goals to both the other sides. From an attacking perspective, I would say from a Western United's point of view, basically they just need to keep playing the way they're playing when they're going forward. They're moving the ball quite briskly. They're looking to have a finished product. In terms of Wellington, they need just to slow it down a little bit in that last third. And what I mean by that is that basically they're sort of rushing things and they're snatching at shots and snatching at crosses. Like I said to you before, De Veer's moved well into the centre. You look at his average position and his heat map right now. He is right in the centre as a nominally sort of typical number 10, and ball's coming in with him, and Lustica's shored that up. It's going to be very interesting as well what subs that both teams are going to make.
Ryan Scott came a long way out in the end. He's dealt with it well enough. You'd give him a pass mark for that. Wooscock. Payne. And Archie for the men up top. What are the keys during this crucial period?
Well, look, I think it's about taking the opportunity when you can. I know that's what Boz was saying about Western United. I think with the positions De Veer's picking up right here, this is where it's dangerous.
Davila goes for goal!
Wow, that's not far away. And you allow him to drop in between the lines like that and run at a retreating defence. Well, he doesn't make them pay. He quite often does. And that had Scott beaten all ends up, and it whistles past that far post. You can see how worried Scott was at full stretch. Would never have got it if it was on target.
Devlin curling it in front of Sutton. They're looking good at the moment, the Knicks. Ball. Lewis. And here's Devlin. And Davila. Here's Fenton with the run of Wayne. And Uzcock, has he given away the free kick? He has. Too forceful in the challenge.
Well, it's fairly obvious, and it's a silly one from Uzcock because he's really got nowhere to go there, Benjamin Wayne. Another selfless run from him. You need to find something different from a set piece, Wellington, because they don't have a lot of threats in there in respect to being taller than their opponents. And look at the size of the Western United players in there. Uzcock, Durante, Hamill. Movement.
So Lewis swinging it in. Scott came crashing the back of players.
Well, a lot of players there. It was good goalkeeping. You don't think you can catch it, and a good fist is just as good.
Lewis. Wayne. He does well to cut it back. Sotirio. Now Davila. Couldn't find a teammate. Now Lewis.
Lewis gets done by the crowd there. I think as soon as that ball was onto him, they were saying shoot, but he had better options. But Wayne does so well to get this across. Sotirio defended by Hamill. Look how sharp Davila was, but they just couldn't fashion a clear-cut opportunity. And that was a rush of blood.
Triple substitution coming for Western United.
So Shepherd, Pasquale and Brad Inman. His first appearance in Western United colours. There's Kane Shepherd off the bench for the third match in a row. Now Seb Pasquale, who returned from injury. There is Brad Inman back in the A-League after playing in the Indian Super League. He's on loan from Odisha at the moment. 25 matches last year for Brisbane Roar. 4 goals. He wouldn't mind another one tonight. Seb Pasquale getting a touch there. Good to see him back out there. Played his first A-League match in 223 days on Monday as Sotirio speeding away once again. Sotirio, another deflection.
Yeah, they didn't make the 3-on-2. Terrific defending. David Ball. That one away, and you see Lewis is in there. And Benjamin Wayne, Davila coming, but they got bodies back in there. You see Sotirio just trying to drag it to the left to get that strike on, but he read it, Durante. But Wellington looking the more likely.
So Lewis lifting it. Payne off the line by Connor Payne. Same pronunciation of the surname, different spelling.
Well, that's why you have someone on the post. And they had someone there. And he's the one that saves it.
Good. Come across.
Fuktale happy with that. His side building nicely. Inside the final 7 minutes of normal time. Davila looking so dangerous. Sotirio. Wayne! Puts it wide. How did he put it wide?
Drags it. Terrific touch. Brilliant work from Davila. Sneaks this one in. Perfect layoff. Right idea across the keeper, low and hard. But he drags it. What a chance again for Wellington.
A couple of goals already for the 19-year-old Ben Wayne this season. That would have been a huge one. Davila. He may yet get another chance. Fenton. And now Ball.
Nice hit over the top. The approach play is perfect. Fenton to the back post, and this one drops. How good a chance is this one? That's again Durante just probably doing enough to put Ball off. Fuktale's sort of shrugging his shoulders. What more can you do? Well, put it in the back of the net. That's the only thing. And you do get the feeling Western United will create something.
And here they come through Connor Payne. Chances are flowing at each end. And at the moment for Wellington, There just seems to be a force field around the goal. Can they turn it around? Ben Waine putting the pressure on Durante. Uscock. They've created enough chances to win a number of games of football. Wellington 17 shots on goal. Now it's Western United's chance to apply the blowtorch. Parias. Shepherd hasn't scored in Western United colours. And now once again Davila copping some treatment from Uscock.
Well, Uscock this time's determined that Davila's not going to be able to turn and face him. Kane Shepherd, hard to come off the bench and find the rhythm of the game. That was a decent half chance there. Uscock stopped that attack in its tracks.
And you can understand why the Wellington bench is so furious. He's the most fouled player in the league. And there's another one on Ulysses Davila as David Ball is going to trickle over the sideline.
Look, Bully in front.
We'll go down to the sideline with Bozza.
Yeah, well, it's all happening down here, I can tell you that. We're getting asked questions here from the Western United players, whether or not it was a penalty, whether it was a goal. They're shouting from the Wellington side. It really is a top game of football. It's got everything that you want from a footballing game. And we'll see now, will there be a team who is going to dare enough to win this?
Fenton, he's sitting very close there to Quarachena, Bozza, having a good chat to the Spaniard there. Here's David Ball. And now Kane Shepherd pinches it back for Western United. Can they move it quickly? Parias. Still Dylan Parias. Hanging it up towards Brad Inman. And now Payne. Shepherd looking sharp since he's come out there. Former Newcastle Jet. But it all comes to naught for Western United. So the Wellington bench keeping warm, but no one being told to take their bib off, so it looks as though at this stage they're going to keep the 11 out there. And Shepherd just put under some pressure.
Mark Rudin can't believe it, how that's not a free kick. I tend to agree with him. It looked like a clear push.
Fenton just behind Sotirio. Devlin. Davila. Did a dink over the top of Durante, who cut it out. Parias' touch, not a great one, and Tim Payne cleaning up. Inman. What do you make of that, Robbie? No changes yet from Wellington Phoenix.
Yeah, look, you know, we've seen a lot of games changed by the bench this season, but they're playing well enough. I can fully understand why you'd keep the same players out there. He doesn't want to break this momentum that they've had in the last 20 minutes. It's been all there.
Fenton now finding Devlin. There's the link up with Devlin. Run it down. Connor Payne over the sideline. So will their pressure be rewarded, Wellington? Fenton. And ball was up there. Couldn't direct it on goal, though. Sotirio with it back for Wellington. Now ball. Davila. Lewis. Fenton. Payne left and right. He's done well. Connor Payne, very experienced. Lewis. Here's Davila. Space out to the left for Sutton. And it's Ben Wayne this time, who scores potentially the winner for Wellington Phoenix. But the flag is up, so halt the celebrations.
Oh, that's extraordinary. Well, they're going to look at it, so Sam Sutton wasn't offside, so it can only be, you would think, Wayne in the middle.
The two Wellington Phoenix Academy products.
And there goes the ball to Sam Sutton.
Well, hang on a second.
Hang on a second, he didn't look offside on that angle.
Sutton to Wayne, the two men recalled to the starting side. Have they scored the winner for Wellington, or is it going to be ruled out? They'll get the lines out.
Well, it only takes a fingernail. Maybe not a fingernail, but I think you know what I'm saying.
Get the slide rule out.
So as it's... Well, that's after it, so just as he hit it.
Well, the Wellington players are being told by the coaching staff, get back inside your own half. And it is going to be a goal for Ben Wayne. So the Wellington Phoenix Academy products link up to score potentially the match winner in Wollongong.
Well, they get a double celebration because they thought it was off. And it looks like they got it right from what we saw. Like he was onside. It's bringing tears to Benjamin Wayne. What that means to Wellington, that's massive.
So there it is, clearly onside, Ben Wayne.
And there you go. Maybe Sam Sutton will go over to Bessa Barisha at the end of the game and say, that's who I am. The one who just made the goal. Super header.
How good are Ben Wayne's celebrations when he scores? So a change for Wellington now. Charles Licoli and Goy was getting ready. Well, that's been changed, obviously. Stephen Taylor is going to replace Ben Wayne. The Newcastle United legend is going to replace a man who may have won the match for Wellington tonight. His patience rewarded. He had that chance probably about 10 minutes from time. He skewed wide.
Well, it says 3 minutes, but there's going to be an extra 2 here, you'd think. Well, if they do hold on to this 3 points, I mean, the last 25 minutes, the chances they've had, they're the side that look the most likely.
Sale with a comfortable grab. This is a huge 3 points that Wellington are so desperate for tonight in Wollongong. Sale with the scuffed goal kick. Then Taylor's header wasn't his best, and there's a free kick going Wellington's way, so the fans can breathe again.
Now that's a reliever. 3 missed headers there, and they get the foul. Davila's been excellent in this second half, in between the lines, and that pass out to Sam Sutton. Superb division. And of course, the ability to hit it in the right position.
Lewis, Davila, Sotirio.
Cross it or run to the line?
Fenton, it's a corner. It's a corner for Wellington. This would just be their 3rd win at Wollongong this season in their 9th match here at Wynn Stadium. They've got Perth away from home in their next match, and then Western United down in Tasmania. Wellington Phoenix. Now Payne. Inman. Free kick going Western United's way, so we go on. Wellington bench looking at the watch. Scott firing it long. Shepherd got a touch to it. Sale came out to claim.
Very nervous. Zimai closed in on that ball and Sale was off, diving to smother it. Terrific second half performance from Wellington, you have to say, particularly the last half an hour, 25 minutes.
So their patience is rewarded in Wollongong. So many chances at the back end of the match, and finally it was Ben Waine, set up by Sam Sutton, making his first start of the season. The two products of the Wellington Phoenix Academy with the match-winning goal, and they embrace the 19-year-olds in Wollongong tonight. 3 points, which is so crucial for Wellington. And what a back end of the season they have on the way. A chance to play some home games in New Zealand on the horizon. Full-time Wellington Phoenix 3, Western United 2.
And what a cracking game we witness here at a very, very cold and windy WIN Stadium, where Wellington Phoenix take out their 5th win of the season with a last minute, well, in the last few minutes, winner from Benjamin Waine. Archie Thompson, that was a cracking game, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. And for Wellington, they went a goal behind. They had to fight back to get back into this match. They get a late winner, and it's the two youngsters, you know, they're actually roommates, funny enough, and I guess I might have been talking about this one before the game, but fantastic performance, because I knew they needed to win. And I guess for Western United, they had to absorb a lot of the pressure, and if you don't get on the attack, you're going to defend large periods of the second half. You're always susceptible for, goals.
Well, let's go downstairs now to Andrew Durante. Andrew, thanks for giving us your time after the match. It must be obviously disappointing. How did you see the game?
Yeah, look, I think it ebbed and flowed. I thought we had some really good spells in the first half of possession and dominated a lot of the game. Second half, not so much, but look, it was a very open game towards the end, and both teams had, a lot of open play.
Well, look, you've got still a lot of games in hand. You travelled to Tasmania. But it was disappointing because you did go a goal up, and obviously the cop one right at the end of that half time and then concede so early. Must be disappointing.
Yeah, it was, but we fought back and got ourselves back to 2-2, and it was a really good positive sign. But to concede so late in the game is extremely disappointing, and we've got a lot of games on the road now, so we've got to get better.
And Andrew, we have to ask you about the penalty that you conceded.
Yeah.